Hey guys, I just wanted to shoot a quick reminder before going any further on this fuel tank restoration video to remind everyone that I'm not a professional. I'm not a mechanic. I don't have any training on this fuel tank lining stuff, and I wasn't following the directions exactly as published. I followed half the directions for one product and half of the directions for another product. So legal liability, I'm not so concerned with. I don't think anyone's going to sue me through a YouTube video, but like personal sleeping ability, yeah, I'm not a pro, and this is sort of an experiment. And if you want to follow along, fine. You might be smart to check back in about 6 months to see if I did this correctly and ask me how it went. But like I keep saying throughout like I said pretty well in depth on the first video, the reason I'm doing these videos is to document the process, just for posterity's sake, for sake of enjoying somebody work on the bike, but in personal logging of it. But I would not suggest don't take mechanic advice from a vlog, right? This is I'm not a pro. Yeah, but liability wise, I'm not so concerned about any legal repercussions as I am. I don't want anyone watching this and having any delusions that I know what the hell I'm talking about here. All I did was follow the directions, but I also kind of am breaking the directions because I followed. Again, I'm mixing the two products, right? I've said before that the reason I'm doing these videos is, again, for my personal recording, for personal recollection, and for people to follow along if they have any interest in the subject of restoring an old Ducati, not to provide advice on how to go about doing this. So I'll sleep better at night making sure I have this preface before going through the rest of the video. Just bear that in mind when you watch this. I'm not an expert. First things first, I did get a new video recorder. So you might have some better angles, but yeah, so I have other angles over here to work with. So yeah, today is the fuel tank restoration. I've gone through a lot of advice. I've put the word out on a couple different social media platforms, and went through digging through forums myself, and kind of came up with a plan to repair this fuel tank. So just a quick overview, my fuel tank's got rust in it and some guck from the previous owner's magical duct tape and electrical tape gasket on the bottom of the fuel flange. I'm going to clean all that crap out, and then de-rust the tank, and then treat the tank with a liner. Now, some people have said don't put a liner in, some people said had to. I'm going to go with a liner. I think it's the best choice. So I have two kits. I got a POR 15 kit and a Caswell tank kit, which might seem odd that I have the two. The problem is the Caswell kit is it doesn't come with the cleaning solution. So there's two cleaning solutions that the POR kit came with. One is a detergent to get rid of the oil and fuel and leftover gas, hopefully some of the rubber crap. It's like a flush. And then the second one is an acid etching that will be there to treat the tank. Basically, it preps the tank to adhere the lining, and it gets rid of the rust. So it's good stuff, right? It's good stuff. We're going to run both of those out of the POR kit, and I just heard better things about the Caswell lining. So we'll see. Yeah, we'll see if it. Check back in 6 months to see if this project was so successful. But the Caswell lining is supposed to be a little bit better, and their website does kind of talk smack a couple times on the POR kit, so I don't know. Another advantage that the Caswell kit had is it's colored. It comes with some kind of dye in there or something. So the Caswell kit, the one I got is red. I'm not so concerned about color matching, but I am concerned about being able to see if the lining is failing. So my thought process is, if I'm able to see metal, or if I can see discoloration on this red tinted stuff, or I find red tinted stuff wherever, I know that there's a problem, right? As opposed to just having a clear liner, which is what I think most of these epoxy liners are. So yeah, so the Caswell kit won me over that way. What else? Yeah, so we're going to run through this real quick. So it's a three-part process. Hopefully I will get them all done today. You have to get it done very quickly. Once you've etched the tank, it's prone to flash rusting. So it all has to be done today, and I'm ready to do it. So we'll do those. So we'll prep the tank, and then we'll line it and see how it goes. Okay, some of the stuff I got today may seem random, but some good rubber gloves, because these chemicals are nasty. You guys might be laughing because some of the other videos where I was handling paint, or not paint, fuel, I wasn't as careful. This stuff I'm not as confident on, but this is the closest to just regular putty that they had, so I'm hoping. They said Play-Doh or putty. This is kind of the same stuff. So this is going to be used to close up the holes. We have aluminum foil and cling wrap to keep the tank clean. This is going to be to agitate. So I got just a cheap bag of bolts. Can for mixing. I got a heat gun because ours was broken, just a cheapy one that we're going to run. If it burns out, oh well. But that's going to be used to dry the tank out. Applicator in case we need it for the actual lining. Masking tape. I got aluminum tape, stirring sticks, and some scouring pads. We're just going to kind of figure out how to get this project done. And then those are the two kits. So real quick, the Caswell, like I mentioned, it just comes with two cans. So it comes with this stuff you mix together, and that makes the solution to make the lining. And then the POR 15 kit, I have both instructions in here, comes with, that's the lining kit, and then those are the two detergents. So we'll actually take these out. We're going to be reading through them, making sure we do the right thing. So the first thing we're going to run through is the cleaner degreaser. So with this tank I have two distinct problems, and those problems are hole number 1 and hole number 2. Now most people have hole number 2 is the only problem they have to deal with, but thinks this whole flange here is going to present a challenge. So what I'm going to end up doing, I think, is I'm going to strip all of the parts off of all the parts I can off the fuel pump, which is most of it. I'm going to cover up the rest of it with cellophane and aluminum to just try to keep it from getting damaged, and then I will use this to seal off the hole. I'll use some of the putty around the edge, and this will be used to make a gasket. So first thing we got to do is remove the hoses out of there, close up any of the holes. There's some holes on the top here. These bolts are not these don't actually go through, these are just to mount the cap. But that breather hose and that breather hole will need to be covered. And then I'm also going to clean this crap out. That's previous owner stuff, so. Okay, the fuel pump and filter and all that is out. Next thing I'm going to do is excuse me, put some cellophane around the components in here. I think most of this stuff is going to be okay. The only thing I'm a little worried about is this rubber coating for the wire that goes to the fuel pump. But I'm just going to be extra safe because I've already dealt with this damn part before. So we're going to cellophane it, and which, I mean, we'll see how the cellophane does. I'm going to put some aluminum foil and tape around the cellophane as well, just to keep this all sealed. I really just need this to plug the hole, right? And then we're also going to cover up all these internals here, just because I don't want any of it getting ruined. So. feel like I'm barbecuing here or something. Probably noticed the cellophane wasn't going on the way I was planning it. I think it'll stick better to the tank, but this part, it just did not want to go. That's not what I wanted. Thing is, this stuff isn't really going to be immersed. There's going to be crap splashing around, so I don't need to be a watertight seal. I'm probably being more precautious than need to be, but considering my lack of expertise on this subject, I think it's better safe than sorry. Okay, so the question is at this point, is this Play-Doh shit gonna work? I'm not highly confident, but I'm gonna just run it through there, see how it comes out. Again, they said use Play-Doh to seal off the creeks, seal off certain areas, so let's see. That might actually work all right. Who knew my Play-Doh days in preschool would come in so handy when it came to working on exotic Italian motorcycles. That's actually made a really good seal. It sounds stupid, but it works. It wasn't stupid. Okay, first thing to do, they say, is clean out the tank with just some water. So here it goes. I guess it'll give me a chance to test that seal on the bottom too. I poured it all in. I'm just going to test. Take a look. More Play-Doh maybe? It's not a perfect seal underneath there. Just gonna have to bear that in mind, but well, the water doesn't want to come out. That sealed some of it.
Well, a little bit of a problem there. It's not getting out of the catch, or it's not all flowing out. So what we're going to do now is go through the marine clean stuff. This is the point where the chemicals start getting kind of crappy. So I'll probably set up another trap underneath just to catch any spilled fluids. The bottom seal held out okay. This is kind of one of the critical parts though. So let's start adding chemicals. Okay, we have our 1 quart of water to 1 quart degreaser. I'm using a bunch of safety precautions because this stuff I'm not as familiar with as regular cleaner. Yeah, I'm going just right off the directions in the kit. So I'm going to add this. Like the seal is holding, and water was microwaved for about a minute, and they say about 20 minutes worth of sloshing. So now I'm going to do some 20 minutes worth of sloshing. Okay, all done with the detergent. Now we're going to reapply the tape. I kind of got some ideas on an idea how well my seal worked, not perfectly. But yeah, reapply everything, and then I'm going to work on sealing this, and then we'll put the acid stuff in. That's the stuff I'm most concerned about, so I'll probably be handling this with real gentle kid gloves. But you know, honestly, this took out tons of the crud that I was worried about, so it was good. Okay, so I've gone through and washed out all of the detergent stuff, and now I'm on to the metal prep. As you can see, I've lost some daylight, but I got my big flood lamp, so it should be good. But it's a long and frustrating process. I was not expecting this to be so, I don't know, inefficient. I think if this was my full-time job, I'd probably have some better solutions, but these are all half-assed measures. I'm going to retry sealing the bottom here, or I have resealed the bottom here with the Play-Doh stuff. I think it held all right. And this stuff is supposed to just really sit. It's supposed to be a couple hours. And then, so I'm going to let it, I'm about to fill this up, and then, yeah, do the etching. And then pretty quickly here in about, I'm going to give it about an hour and a half worth of etching. Said no more than 2 hours inside the tank. I want to get as much of the rust out as I can, but this stuff is really just to kind of chemically treat the tank. So, yeah, arduous. This is a long and arduous process, but here goes nothing. Okay, got the bottle open. Got the funnel. Here goes nothing. God damn it. Play-Doh shit did not work. So we're gonna go with plan B. Yeah, it didn't work fucking at all. Seal the tank with Play-Doh, they said. It'll be fine, they said. Okay, so we're gonna just leave it sit, come back and turn it every couple minutes. And for about, it's gonna sit like this for 20, and then just keep rotating it through. Okay, I figured I'd give an update. The stuff is in there, and it's working really well. Every 20 minutes we're rotating it, but you can see there it's etched the stuff, all the rust is gone. So that's an idea what the surface looked like before, and that's what it looks like after. So I'm only on its second rotation, about halfway through, so I'll have to keep going, but this stuff works pretty good. One of the instructions that they prefer you to do is shake it around with some screws in there, and I just can't do it because I don't have a good seal, but I think this method will work good enough. It wasn't that rusted, so So I'm sitting here as I'm waiting to flip the tank again, and I noticed, because I've been having to sop up all of this material as it comes out, or as I'm done with it, though I haven't done this acid etching stuff yet. I noticed this. What was this? It's a damn drain plug. It was all pulling up around here and not at the tank itself, but yeah, so we have a drain plug, so at least we can do this efficiently now. Attention to detail. That's why you're supposed to do attention to detail.
2 hours later.
Finally. Okay, now that the flush and rinse is done, I gotta get this tank dried out, and then we can epoxy it. Okay, so I have finished with the acid, the etching of the tank. I've also added, you may be able to see it, I don't know how well it'll come out in the video. I'm a little tired and I don't care at this point, so I added a covering for the lid. We're going to put the resin in. Now, again, I'm using the Caswell brand stuff, and it's basically 50-50. So we have these two parts. One part B is half of what part A is. I'm going to put it all in this can that I bought specially for the purpose. And then the process is just to put it in the tank, swirl it around, make sure it coats everything, and then drain it out. I'm just going to crack these open. I already pulled some pins off. And just some resin stuff. You just pour it like this so the camera can kind of get an idea what it looks like. Ooh. And I think it's good. My kids are not here because they want to play in this stuff. Alright, and we will add the second part. Again, I've never done this before, so I don't know what to expect. There it is. And that's the color. It's a pretty good match to what the tank's already colored. I'm not doing it for, again, to be particular about purity or anything. I want it colored. I almost got a blue one, but to be honest, I just figured I'd go with red, so we'll pour that in there. And instructions say 2 minutes of mixing. So they said more than 2 minutes of mixing, so I got a 2 minute 30 seconds timer. And then we're just gonna stir the pot. So this was a heck of a project. I don't know how it's gonna turn out. I'm really hoping that the the paint on the tape didn't get damaged. There's a chance that I might be repainting the tank anyway. Right now I can tell you I'm kind of feeling a little overloaded. You know, this is a big project for my limited resources and patience. Would I do this again? Right now, I'm kind of feeling like a no. But I'm glad I got to do it at least once. Where are we at? Oh God. Only a minute in. Jesus, are we done yet? Oh, that was the time. Okay. it says step 2 is to pour it immediately in the tank, so bottoms up. Wish me luck, folks. Hold on to your butts. Now, swipe it around the tank, they say, to make sure the whole tank gets coated real well. Looks like it's covering pretty well. The milk flows really slow. Ooh. I think I'm done filming for today. It's been a long day. This has been a long process. I currently got the tank draining the excess Caswell liner stuff, draining out the rest out the bottom, and then I'll be plugging it up. The rest is just going to be cleanup. I'm going to take the cover off the tank, see if there was any damage done. Maybe I'll film that if I find something, or I'll probably film it tomorrow. Yeah, so it was a long process today, and I don't know that I would repeat this, but hopefully it'll turn out okay. And the stuff going in looked pretty good. I was kind of surprised. It was the first point of today where I was like, oh, this is going how I thought it would go. Yeah, so I'm going to sign off for today. The rest is just cleanup. Okay, it's time for the day after video. It's been about 24 hours, and I'm going to just show you what I found after the tank is done, or the lining is done drying. Okay, first and foremost, the first thing I noticed when I walked out here today was that doesn't appear to be any damage to the paint. Though actually I did notice there's a couple dents I hadn't seen before. There, you can kind of see it like that. But yeah, overall the paint's actually, I mean, it's still, there's still scuffs and whatnot. You can kind of see them over there, but nothing new. You know, the paint didn't like go peeling off on me. So no fresh distortion or disruption. All the paint looks nice and healthy. So that was a big relief when I woke up this morning. So you can see the lining is coated the inside of the tank now. If you didn't realize before, it was kind of a silvery color. It looks wet still, but it's actually pretty hard. Let's see if I stick my finger in here, touch it. It's not really tacky. You can see there's nothing coming off of my fingers. It's pretty solid. Like right here it just feels like plastic. So yeah, I think it did a pretty good job. You can see I got a little bit of stuff stuck to the edge tank. I'll clean that up. But yeah, overall I think we were successful. No damage to the outside. The lining's installed. I think the lining was coated fairly well. So tomorrow, or when I get time, we'll have a cleanup. So the next step is to reinstall the fuel pump and change the oil, and then I think I'm going to go ahead and try starting it again and actually run it for a significant amount of time, because it's pretty much done. So looking forward to the next video. Okay, that's it for the fuel tank restoration video. I hope everyone enjoyed it. I did not enjoy the process. It was just a long, drawn-out hassle. So, but yeah, again, I'm glad some people have been watching the videos. They've been up for a few days now, and you know, if anyone has any questions or any comments, you know, of course, always leave them on the page here and down there. And then like, you know, the typical YouTube admonishments to like, comment, subscribe. But yeah, I'm enjoying that people are watching and enjoying the videos. So I'm going to sign out, and I got some more stuff coming up here
I've got, you know, in the next couple of days I'll be reinstalling the fuel pump. I'll be doing an oil change, and then finally I will have an actual couple minutes of the engine running. Woo-hoo. I might even be able to take it around the block, shockingly enough. So that's coming up, so stay tuned. All right, bye everyone.